to fold your ribbon over to do this, because sometimes you're going to find yourself running into the spike on the back of your mounting bar. Some people like to cut it. Some people like to make a hole in the back of your ribbon and just slide it down. I've honestly found that if I just make a little slit, a little cut in the back, and I wrap it around the spike, it works just fine. If you make a hole, it's going to be a lot of time in playing with it and making sure that you get that ribbon mounted properly. If you try it out, I mean, if you can get it down, go ahead. You're going to find out that it's pretty difficult to do. So what I like to do is just to make a little slit, not too big, because if you make too big of a cut back there, it could possibly fray at the top where you fold your ribbon over the mounting bar. Need my lighter to get that excess. So if you have any excess fray or anything like that coming from the back side of your ribbon, normally what I do is I just take a lighter and I burn that part. So like that little IP back there, as well as the excess double-sided tape, I'll burn it lightly, get everything to where it's not showing or poking out from the back. And basically so that's it. Fast forward a little bit. I got the other metal on here. Yes, I will fix what I need to for this marine's sake, but for the video purposes, I'm just showing you how to basically mount these metals. I know that not everything is perfect, but I will get it there. So once all my metals are mounted, what I do is I take my stripping tape and I'll go ahead and put it to the back side of my metals here, securing my metals to the mounting bar. So I will put it through the spike. Securing any backside fray, as well as my ribbons to the bar. And once again, like I said earlier, I know it's not perfect, but that's basically what your end result is going to be. I can assure you, you can go out there on the dang dance floor and get down all you want. These things aren't going anywhere, okay? It is secured, and yes, it looks a lot better than putting your metals on the bar and ironing it out. That doesn't look good. All right, so really fast, maybe I'll do another video later on, but for us older folks who have more than 2 ribbons or 2 metals, obviously we need to overlap. So in that case, for males, what we'll do is we'll have a 4 bar. For Marines that have more than 4 metals, we'll have that 4 bar, and we'll go ahead and overlap from right to left. Now, when you overlap it, there's not really a set way in which you overlap your metals. However, when you overlap them from right to left, make sure that you do not exceed 5 3/4 inches from right to left. So from the right side of your furthest right metal to the left side of your furthest left metal, make sure you do not exceed 5 3/4 of an inch or inches from left to right. That is Marine Corps order. Obviously, if you get past 7 metals, you're going to go ahead at that point and get 2 4 bars and go ahead and mount 4 and 4. Females, y'all cannot exceed 5 metals. So if you get 6 metals, ladies, ensure that you do 3 metals on one bar, 3 metals on another. And if you get more metals past that, just go ahead and refer to the Marine Corps Order 1020.34 Golf. Now, in reference to your star placement, if you want to know where and how to place your stars on your medals, go to the Marine Corps Order 1020.34 Golf and go to 5 Tac 31, and that will show you how to where and how to properly place your stars on your medal. Now, a little trick that I did not know when I was coming up is the Scotch tape trick. You could do this on your ribbons or you could do this on your medals. It does not matter. So what I'll do is I'll take a little piece of Scotch tape. I will take a star or stars, whatever you do, and I will have a pair of pliers. And what I'll do is I'll take my pliers, put it on the spikes of my star, grip them nice and tight. And normally I'll just take my shirt, grip my star, and pry my spikes right off, just like that, to where the back end of my star is nice and flat. I don't have to worry about that excess. A lot of guys like to use toenail clippers and cut it off, but then you end up getting little stubs. It doesn't really work out to you for real well whenever you're trying to super glue your star to your ribbon or your medal. Okay, so at this point what I'll do is I'll take that piece of Scotch tape, I will stick it to my star, and I like to use super glue. Obviously don't use too much, because when you put this on your ribbon you don't want it to bleed through and you have that nasty little crust around your star that obviously says you use too much super glue. Yes, there are, once again, many different ways to skin a cat. You can use different glues out there. I prefer super glue. So what I'll do is I'll take my super glue, I'll put a little dab on the back of my star there, and at that point I'll take my Scotch tape and go ahead and properly place my stars on my ribbon. Now obviously the reason why I'm showing everybody how to do the basics of medal mounting is because you know, a lot of us, especially the longer we stay in the Marine Corps, the more medals we get, and at some point, you know, $5 a medal, it starts to add up, you know, and you get more and more medals every year, and next thing you know, you're taking your medals in every year to get mounted, and that's a lot of money, you know. And for those junior Marines out there, I mean, 2 medals, once you get it down, it could take 10 minutes, and you can have it mounted and it looks professional, and you can go out there and you don't have to worry about waiting on the dry cleaners to mount your medals, and then you got to pay for it, so on and so forth. So, you know, if you can, please pass this knowledge on to your Marines. I'd like to thank a 2nd MAW band staff NCO who taught me how to do this back in 2014. I don't remember her name. However, if you're out there and you remember teaching Corporal's course on Cherry Point, thank you very much. I've definitely made sure that I teach as many Marines as I possibly can the knowledge and the skills that you taught me.